Hello Hero Club, this is Sound Out here, and today I'm going to answer a question. What do people mean when they say pinless joints? So this is a conversation that's been coming up a lot lately in action figures, particularly in the Power Rangers Lightning collection, where they started to integrate this new system of joints to the figures. And I wanted to kind of clear up some of the misconceptions around the terminology pinless joints. For example, let's talk about how it came to be. So first of all, a lot of Hasbro action figures, particularly like Marvel Legends, have had visible pinholes in the joints on the figure, particularly the elbows and the knees is where it's most prominent. This is just how figures have been for the longest time. You can see those little holes where they insert the pin to connect the joints together. Not too big of a deal because it's been so long, but lately more companies have been able to do a system like this where you can't actually see the pinholes on the figure, which gives it a neater, cleaner look. So this Iron Man from 2021 versus this Iron Man from 2018, you can already see Hasbro has upgraded the joint style. And typically as well, in a result of this, some of the joints may have a little bit more flex when you can see the pinholes versus now where they're a little bit sturdier because of the nature of how they're made. Now, I am not someone who works in the toy industry professionally. I'm only a commentator on it. So let's look at a clip from our interview with Super 7's Wlodyga talking about pinless joints and why that is not the correct terminology.
Yeah, so like when it comes to going over to pinless stuff, how hard is that to actually engineer and manufacture? Is that like a really difficult thing?
It's not too difficult. You just have to have a factory that is willing to embrace it and do the steps that are necessary to start doing that. So it's not necessary. It kind of I get a little like I don't know nitpicky technical when I hear people call stuff like oh it's pinless or like oh this is like rubber plastic, and it's like that's not what they're called.
Okay, so what's the actual term then?
So it's as I understand it, is called inset molded pins, inset molded joints. So there are still pins in there. It's just essentially you shoot all the joints in a separate tool first, cut all those out, clean them all up, and then you put all of those joints inside of the tool for like the legs or whatever, and then you shoot them that way, and then the plastic forms around it.
So from now on, instead of calling them pinless, we call them inserted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inset joints, inserted joints, any of that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. Because that's what mostly, unfortunately, the fandom was calling it for a while.
I realized that I was splitting hairs for sure because that's only I know that and other people
exactly.
Know that,
yeah, so basically, like there's still a pin in Donatello's knee here. It's
absolutely.
Just you don't see it, so we think it's pinless, but it's actually just inserted in. That's interesting. I've always been wondering about that. So I hope that cleared things up for people. So remember, it's not pinless joints, it's integrated pin technology. Essentially, the pin's still there, you just don't see it from the outside, and I think that's pretty cool. So on that note, if you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe here on the Hero Club YouTube channel, and you can find me on my own channel at SoundOut12. You can also find Hero Club at Hero Club for Life with the number 4 across all social media. So on that note, stay tuned for our next little history lesson. Whenever the need arises, Hero Club will be there.